So we continue the discussion on working of various circuits which consist of R, L and C, which lead to differential equation. And what is important is that we are spending a substantial amount of time on the discussion. I am adopting a totally different approach, wherein if I decide to adopt a classical approach, then your curiosity is lost. So we will construct differential equations. I will give you some hints for the solution, and I expect that after few days, 1 or 2 weeks, it should be possible for you to come up with the method of solving the differential equation. And given one more thing, that all this discussion which we are having is not in vacuum, means everything can be implemented, because resistor, inductor and capacitor all are available components, and voltage source is also available. We can interconnect them as we wish. And what is important is, if all things, that is the interconnection, are told to you, the values of the components are told to you, and the voltage source, what kind of signal it generates, is told to you, what will be the output should be computed. So in a way, it is once the way in which the components operate is very clear. This is not at all any kind of electrical or electronics engineering problem. It becomes a general mathematical problem, wherein, or we can say it is across discipline, it is an engineering problem, a general engineering problem, where a person having enough competency, which every Walton student is having, and is trying his or her level best to apply his competency to get the solution. So now a very interesting question I would be asking, and the answer I will not give directly. I will give you many hints. I'm expecting that you can put a pause, and after putting a pause, you are questioning yourselves whether I can solve this problem. If you are able to solve, it's fine. Otherwise, you can continue viewing the problem, viewing the solution further. So we proceed with. Again, I say that you will say, why are you so attached to this circuit itself? A simple circuit I always stress on, a very simple circuit, a very, very simple circuit. Then again we have a switch here, and we have a voltage source here, which is sin t, that is V in t is sin t, value 1 farad as usual, value 1 ohm as usual, and compute. The question is, it is shown as symbol like this, compute VOT if switch is closed, switch S, we can give a name, switch S. If switch S is closed at t equal to 0, is the, now what is the problem? 1 ohm resistor, 1 farad capacitor, and RC circuit. We have dealt this circuit in detail. Only thing is that instead of this, we had a 1 volt supply, and we solved that. Now what change we are coming at? We are just coming with a simple change. Instead of that 1 volt DC voltage source, a voltage source means, and I am closing the switch at time t equal to 0. I am closing the switch at time t equal to 0. What will be the output? What will be the output? But my question is now whether the problem which is asked to be solved by you is completely described or something is still incomplete. Means the question is that can this problem be solved with the given information? 1 ohm value is given, 1 per value is given, input signal is given, switch is given. Compute the expression for VOT if switch S is closed at t equal to 0. Now whether the problem is fully described and you can, whether you are able to solve it or not is a different question. Whether do you feel that yes, now everything is given, it's for me to decide or something else is to be given. So you put a pause, answer this question first, whether everything is given or something else is to be given. Pause for a while, think, resume and listen. That here this problem description is incomplete because what I again repeat, that whenever we are having a circuit consisting of R, L and C, the things get completely described when value of R is specified, it is over. So a resistance is fully described by its value, whereas a capacitance requires its state. When we start, what was the voltage across it or what was the charge stored by it, which reflects into voltage. For inductor we will see later. So we will focus on R, means we will not be skipping inductive circuits, but we will focus more on RC circuits. So it is somewhat simpler. So it is incomplete. What is to be given? What was VOT at t equal to 0 or what was VO0, and now this value needs to be specified. So the problem is complete when initial voltage, to be very precise, initial charge or charge stored by the capacitor at the beginning, which is in turn proportional to capacitance, this being 1, both are same here. So to be very clear now, initial voltage across capacitor or initial state of the capacitor described by VO0 needs to be specified, and if VO0 is also 0, if VO0 is also 0, if VO0 is also 0, then what will be the solution? What will be the solution, right? So the problem is now fully described. The beauty of, it's not a beauty in a sense, a peculiarity of this subject and this small circuits I am taking. Suppose if I give you a big problem is always difficult to be solved because of the, nowadays with computer you can do it, but otherwise a big circuit when we draw, of course finding solution is somewhat difficult because of the complexity involved. Many equations are there and therefore naturally the problem is difficult. Now suppose if few of you may be pursuing a job with some organizations where psychometric test is important. Their role is to design psychometric tests. How you will test the capacity of the person in front of you. Suppose if you give a difficult problem, then many people to whom you ask the question will take naturally longer time and it will be wastage of time. Even if the person who is smart will still need longer time. So what is what we can say, expertise of the problem designer? A problem designer is said to be efficient if he is able to construct a problem which is small in size, small in description and difficult to be solved, and this is one such of them. Only one resistor. Also, why I always prefer values. If you take some odd values, unnecessary, or variables are R and C, unnecessary, the equations which you consider get bigger. So bigger is not our motive. What? So 1 ohm, 1 farad. Also omega I don't use, amplitude I don't use. Very simple. I keep it as simple as I can. Right? So now I'm trying my level best to get solution from your end, right? First of all, obviously, when in the terms of V in T, R that is 1 ohm, C that is 1 farad, and VOT, what is the differential equation which you already constructed? We have already constructed a differential equation. We have already solved this problem. Differential equation doesn't change. So differential equation is same. That is, what is the differential equation? Only thing is that I am replacing sin t now. So when sin t was not there and when it was there in terms of V in T, differential equation, I don't want to spend much more time. You can watch my earlier video. So differential equation of the circuit is very clear. That is dVOT upon dt plus VOT is equal to V in T. Is equal to V in T. Right. Okay. So this is the equation. Now when I connect this circuit with, when I connect, is a general equation, right? So what I am doing? This is general equation. I am connecting a sinusoidal source which is sin t and closing the switch at t equal to 0. I am closing it at t equal to 0. So remember, very important, for t equal to 0 onwards. So this is the equation of the circuit, dVOT by dt plus VOT is equal to sin t. This is the equation, differential equation of the circuit for t equal to 0 onwards. For t equal to 0 onwards, this is the equation of the circuit. Right? So what is important to be written here, that this is not a, this differential equation is valid for t greater than equal to 0. For t greater than equal to 0. And before t equal to 0, what is the situation? Before t equal to 0, V in T was 0. Before t equal to 0, V in T was 0. So dVOT by dt plus VOT was 0 before t equal to 0. So this is not a single differential equation, there are two differential equations. And now what would be, what is the question? If I close switch at t equal to 0, what will be the output VOT, what will be the output VOT from t equal to 0 onwards. So once I am not interested what was previous case, it was 0 only. So it is very clear that Sin T is the input voltage. What I am doing means this generator is there, it is generating voltage prior to also. Absolute zero is not possible. So at some time I close the switch and I choose this. I choose this value where the sin T, that is voltage, is 0. Here I close the switch. This I say T equal to 0. So this is V in T from 0 onwards. So V in T is from this onwards is V in T. What would be VOT? Obviously VOT is 0 earlier because the thing was connected, capacitor was discharged. So VOT is 0 till capacitor is till the switch is closed because the capacitor initially was discharged. So capacitor which did not have any charge, a discharged capacitor having 0 voltage, so at T equal to 0, this output was 0. Now it's this problem, if everybody is able to understand this problem, I am sure, understand means understand from within, not that going through something, reading some book, watching some lecture. That is just a bombardment, either audio or visual. So solution must emerge from you. So what I say is, what can be a solution for this? This is a differential equation. What can be a solution for this? And I should be solving mathematically. And also I should convince myself. Now you can put a pause. You are free to solve the complete problem on your own, or rather it is expected that you should be able to solve the complete problem on your own. What I'm deliberately adopting a non-scientific approach, in the sense that such kind of discussion you will not be finding anywhere in the literature in written form, nor in any video, because most of the times they proceed with classical approach, which is, I don't agree with it. I will not say it is wrong, because you will say that in many lectures, even in international, maybe in MIT also, classical approach is there. But classical approach is something which students don't understand, and therefore, as understanding is prime, my approach is different, and I will continue to maintain that different approach. So let us now solve this. So what will happen if I start, I connect, I start to apply a, listen very carefully. Now, in the last lecture only I told that sometimes water level analogy is also good to make the thing simpler, but for your batch I have chosen not to use it. So I will describe it completely without using water level analogy. Let us check to what extent you understand, and those who are unable to understand, or those who are able to understand, they should watch the water level analogy later, and then those who are not understood will also understand. Those who are understood will consolidate their understanding. Means, suppose that you have to go to 10th floor. Then there are two approaches. First, take you by lift. Second, make you to go via staircase. It is difficult. Even though lift is there, you are made to go via staircase. I am deliberately avoiding a water level simple model analogy, because that telling simple things initially may handicap you in understanding complex terminology. So you are expected to think, you are expected to work on electric current, electric voltage, electric charge, resistance, capacitor. So, and I think after some stage, everything that is what we can say generic. So voltage is some signal. What voltage I need not bother. Some signal. Current is some signal, and they have some relationship for resistor, for inductor, for capacitor. That's all. So I apply. So this is with me, and what is the, what I say, input here 0, and at t equal to 0 I apply directly a sinusoid. So V in t which I apply, I can say it to be like this, and here I apply, means this is something which I apply at this point A, this point B, and this point C. So till, and this is t equal to 0. Now see, just solving differential equation will not give you direct solution. Now very interesting. What is the output? If I want to plot the output, this is V in t. So V in t is not sin t. V in t is not sin t. V in t is sin t. What would be V in t? V in t is sin t after t equal to 0, and before t equal to 0 it is 0. So a new signal, what is named as ut, is equal to 0 for t less than 0, and ut is equal to 1 for t greater than or equal to 0. So V in t is not sin t, but V in t is equal to ut sin t. So the differential equation is fully described. dVot by dt plus Vot is equal to ut sin V in t, which is ut sin t. So that I wrote in separate parts. Now if we talk of output, if I talk of output here, what the output has to be? So I am plotting output here. Vot. Very precisely, I am working on a capacitor with its value, voltage across it to be 0, not value, which is state in a discharge state. So Vot is 0 till t equal to 0. So output means I have a discharge capacitor, a resistor, and I am connecting a sinusoid at t equal to 0. So Vot is 0 till now. So at t equal to 0 something is happening. At t equal to 0 something is happening. And how I analyze? One thing which you should take it in mind is that for capacitor, current is differential of voltage into value of capacitor. So current through is not a proper term. Current in case of a capacitor is proportional to differential of voltage across the capacitor. Current is proportional to differential of voltage across the capacitor. Then in this case you may have a simple hint that voltage across capacitor cannot change instantaneously. Voltage across capacitor cannot change instantaneously. Because instantaneously means, listen very carefully, dVc by dt for any capacitor should be finite, or voltage across capacitor must be a continuous function. I think I tried my level best to explain some complex terms. I will explain them very slowly. So, what is ultimate thing is that whatever expression which you are finding, VOT, you are going to find at t equal to 0, VOT must be 0 because the capacitor was discharged, and when you apply this sinusoid, it can't change instantaneously, it will change slowly. So with this, it's very interesting. Solving differential equation, in fact, just like say the Linux club, in fact there should be a differential equation club. What I say is it is so powerful. Now, so what is differential equation? d2VOT, sorry, not d2, dVOT upon dt plus VOT is equal to, what is that? Sin TUT. The differential equation is dVOT by dt plus VOT is equal to sin T ut. This is a combined equation, means it is having two equations, dVOT upon dt plus VOT is equal to sin T for t greater than equal to 0, and dVOT upon dt plus VOT is equal to 0 for t less than 0. These are the equations, right? So these two equations are represented by this. Now, what is the solution? Solving differential equation as stated is an art. I hope that those who consider themselves to be very much competent can pause the video right now and can solve the equation. I am writing this diagram, I am drawing this diagram on the left hand side so that I get a good board space and we shall proceed further. But it's very interesting now. So, I will not, in fact, solving differential equation in a systematic way is not so easy. So, we go by what is many times useful, trial and error method. The switch, I think it is enough, it is sin t, it is V in t, is 1 ohm, 1 farad, VOT. So, just we talk of a solution. Now, how to find is different. Even if you are able to check what is given is correct or not, that is also a good approach. So, obviously, what would be VOT if VO0 is 0 and S, the switch S is closed at t equal to 0 is the question. So I suggest one solution. This UT you don't work off, you work for this first. You work for this first. is sine t. The addition is of differential of voltage and that voltage itself, and that is sine. So one peculiarity of y sinusoid, sine function is said to be analytic function. Means even if you differentiate it or integrate you don't bother right now, even if you differentiate it any number of times, derivative of sine is cos and derivative of cos is minus sine, so it is always a sinusoidal function. The frequency remains same. If you have sine omega t, derivative is omega cos omega t. If you have cos omega t, derivative is minus omega sine omega t. So frequency remains same, it remains a sinusoidal signal. Only thing is that derivative of sine omega t is omega cos omega t. Means, listen very carefully, these are the fundamentals of understanding. See, when I have sine omega t and I differentiate it, it leads to omega cos omega t. Means what? Both sine and cos are sinusoidal signals of the frequency omega. Only thing is that cos omega t and sine omega t are phase shifted, and this is omega is multiplied by amplitude. So by differentiation, the amplitude and phase is changed, frequency remains same, and you may add these original plus differentiated. When you add two sinusoids of same frequency and different amplitudes and phases, you always land up with the sinusoid of same frequency. So A1 cos omega t plus phi 1 or theta A1, this also you must be very much sharp in trigonometry. A1 sin omega t plus theta 1 plus A2 sin omega t plus theta 2 means both are sinusoidal signals of same frequency of different amplitude and different phase. Their addition is always plus theta 3 A3, right? So two sinusoids of same frequency lead to a sinusoid of that frequency only, amplitude and phase are changed, right? So in such differential equations, where differential and original one is leading to a sinusoid, VOT is of the type, VOT is equal to, I give you a hint, half sine t just plus half cos t. I have deliberately given you, let, I am saying let. So what is dVOT by dt? I think we have solved it once. What is dVOT by dt? That time we solved it, only thing I said that we applied cos t. So this would be half cos t minus half sine t minus half sine t. So if I add, I get it as, what will happen if I add these two? I get cos t, that I don't want. So what I will do, I will make some simple jugglery. I will do. That simple jugglery is, if I do half sine, just you can make some small jugglery. Half sine t minus half cos t, you will get half cos t plus half sine t, right? Is it clear? Let half sine t plus half minus half cos t sine t minus half cos t is the input. It is the it is the expected output. What would be dv by dt? Half cos t minus half, let it be very clear, minus half minus sine t, right? So that is half cos t plus half sine t, and when I add these two, cos gets cancelled, sine t. So I am very much happy now. I am very much happy. Yes, I got the solution. I got the solution. What is the solution? Solution is VOT is equal to half sine t minus half cos t. So you are very much happy. VOT is equal to, just you guessed and you got to guess got perfect, minus half cos t, half sine t minus half cos t. You say yes, and dVOT by dt plus VOT is sine t. So the differential equation is satisfied. So is it the final answer? Is it the final answer? You can put a pause, think, otherwise you can resume. I give you a hint. Think at t equal to 0. So VOT is equal to half sine t minus half cos t satisfies the differential equation dVOT upon dt plus VOT is equal to sine t. But as I said that a solution which satisfies the differential equation need not be always coming to be true, because there are many solutions. This is not the only solution, and this solution cannot be there because what is the scenario? Initial condition. So this solution satisfies this, but this is not a fully described differential equation. It is dVOT by dt plus VOT is equal to sine t. It is sine t ut, and before that it is 0, and voltage across capacitor cannot change instantaneously. Therefore, the differential equation, the system gets fully described. Listen very carefully. A differential equation is not complete description of the system. Differential equation along with initial condition is complete description of the system. So dVOT by dt plus VOT is equal to sine t, and VO0 is 0 and VO0 is 0 is also required. So what will be the output if VO0 is 0 and S is closed? Then you can solve this, but the solution, this solution satisfies this, but not this. Because what happens? At t equal to 0, this VOT, if I solve this, what is VO0? VO0 is, at t equal to, this is 0, this is 1, so minus half. And this can't be there, right? Because when you apply, you are applying sin t here, capacitor discharge, it can't become this one. So half sin t plus half cos t, half sin t plus half cos t, in fact it becomes a sinusoid of this nature, a phase shifted nature. It becomes 45 degrees phase shifted signal than sin t, but at t equal to 0 it doesn't satisfy the requirement, and therefore it can't be the complete solution. So what we must have is that the solution, the complete solution, so VOT is equal to half sin t minus half cos t. Yes, this is right, but it does not fulfill my requirement at t equal to 0. So, to make a complete solution, I will add plus, means this is there but not complete. I will add one more function. And I will give some name as, let it be xt. VOT is half sin t minus half cos t plus xt. What should be xt now? Xt should be such that the differential equation should also be satisfied, and at t equal to 0 VOT should be 0. So try to now, what is dVOT by dt? dVOT by dt is half cos t plus half sin t plus dxt by dt What is the differential equation? dVOT by dt plus VOT should be sin t. dVOT by dt plus VOT. What is the differential equation? Try to understand. dVOT by dt plus VOT must be sin t, right? dVOT, dV by dt. When I add them, it is cos gets cancelled, sin t plus dxt by sin t plus I write in the same manner, xt by xt plus dxt by dt. What I want? I want that dVOT by dt plus VOT must be sin t, means this must be 0. So dxt by dt plus xt must be 0. And what you want? And you want that VOT is half sin t minus half cos t plus xt. This expression itself should also satisfy the initial condition of this. So at t equal to 0, what this equation becomes? At t equal to 0, this equation becomes, I write it here now, at t equal to 0, this equation becomes that is VO0 is equal to, this is 0, cost is 1 minus half plus xt, that is x0, and that is equal to 0. So x0 is half. So dxt by dt plus xt is equal to 0, and at t equal to 0, x0 is plus, I am writing plus half. Why? Because minus half plus half plus half should be 0. Plus is deliberately written, no need, but I have written deliberately. Now what is the solution? So dxt by dt plus xt is equal to 0. That is, that function whose derivative is, means dxt by dt is 0 plus xt is 0, means what? Dxt by dt plus xt is 0 means that dxt by dt is minus xt. Dxt by dt is minus xt. This is satisfied by only one function, that is derivative same as function a e raised to t, because derivative of e raised to t is e raised to t, and derivative negative of function a e raised to minus t. So xt must be equal to a e raised to minus t, and at t equal to 0, this is 1, so x0 is a, that is half. So xt, this leads to the solution of this is xt is equal to half e raised to minus t. So thus the complete solution is like this. VOT is equal to half sin t minus half cos t plus half e raised to minus t, or if I put half into bracket, sin t minus cos t plus e raised to minus t. This is the final answer. So remember that VOT is not a sinusoid. Why? Because what you have applied is not a pure sinusoid. You are applying it from here. So VOT will be this sinusoid plus this e raised to minus t. So those who are very much expert in some mathematical tools like Python, MATLAB, etc. should plot sin t from t equal to 0 onwards, half sin t minus half cos t, and in that they should add half e raised to minus t. So the output is, what is this output? What is the answer? This answer is a sinusoid. Half, just scalar, you can leave it. A sinusoid plus a decaying exponent is sinusoid plus a decaying exponent is the final answer. So substantially when t becomes 10 second, 15 second, 100 second, this is negligible, as good as zero. So the output is a sinusoid. Listen very carefully. This is the crux of engineering. When I apply an input, a sinusoidal input to an RC circuit with R and C as 1 and the voltage capacitor is 0, a discharge capacitor, when I apply a signal sin t at t equal to 0, the output is a phase shifted sinusoid. This is by 45 degrees, you can compute, you can plot it. A phase shifted sinusoid plus a decaying exponent. A phase shifted sinusoid plus a decaying exponent. And after sufficient time elapses, this decaying exponent is died down to a substantially negligible level. So output is sinusoid. Therefore, in some classical terms, you might have read somewhere, this is transient. Means it is at a time when you make a change, when you connect the switch, and this is steady state. Means after sufficient amount of time, the transient dies down. Say e raised to minus 20, minus 100 is almost 0, and it is oscillating. So if you plot V in t and VOT, you will find that V in t is sinusoid from 0 onwards. VOT is initially not a sinusoid, but becomes a sinusoid, as good as sinusoid, as time proceeds. It's a huge stuff for you to think. Let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you.